So, what is going on, everyone? Jeremy here, Unsleeved Media, and today is the end of an era. Back in 2007, Wizards of the Coast released a product called the Duel deck. It was originally Elves versus Goblins, which is actually pretty collectible these days. Back in the day, some of the Duel decks that came out early are highly sought after, actually. Jace versus Chandra, Divine versus Demonic, Garrick versus Liliana, but the product never really found its rhythm. I think anybody who looks at Wizards of the Coast products in a critical manner feels like dual decks were a great idea, but as with many things with Wizards of the Coast, it is poorly executed. What they should have done is use them to be a little bit more selective with reprints and then increase the quantity that they printed to avoid people hoarding them. I think they always tried to walk a fine line with having enough value in this product to get the casual collector to purchase it and to move enough units. If it was not enough value, only pure spite or pure casuals would buy it. And if there's too much value in it, people couldn't get it. Never really could seem to fix the problem. And instead of addressing the problem, in my opinion, they just gave up. Now, I could be wrong, but I've always liked the Duel deck product. I have behind me a huge Ultimate Guard box with like Duel decks, anthologies, and all other types of Duel decks. And that's what I carry with me when I play Magic or when I'm going somewhere where somebody wants to play Magic. Those decks are always decently balanced, fun to play, and portable. Regardless of my feelings of Duel decks, they are over, and they end now with Elves versus Inventors. Now, again, I think another missed opportunity was they could have had a little bit more, I don't know, a nostalgic feel to it. The first Duel deck in 2007 was Elves versus Goblins. Now, 11 years later, we have Elves again, but then it's Inventors for some reason. And then last set, we had Goblins. Why couldn't they have end capped it with a new version of Elves versus Goblins? I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't have been a good idea. I just feel like this is a cool product that's kind of going the way of... it's going away unceremoniously, and it's kind of sad. I've always collected the die that come with these sets, and inside Duel decks, of course, these are exclusively for a casual player. There is really no reason to buy these for value unless you're using it in the situation like I do, where they're just fun to have around. For example, when I had a friend come from out of town who had played Magic way back in the day and said, hey, let's play some Magic. It was easy for me to just grab this box full of Duel decks and bring it with me, and we got to get some casual games in and both have a lot of fun without worrying about, the deck's balance, or I got to teach them all these new mechanics or how the deck works. These decks have always been pretty straightforward. So we have the basically how to play guide in there. Again, kind of a bummer that they didn't do anything super special for this. Some foil tokens or something. Try to make it, more interesting. These boxes are fine. Again, I liked it better when they said the name of the deck on the side, like some of the other ones do from like the Duel Decks anthologies. Because these, when they're on their side in your box, you're not going to know which one's which. Even if you store them from the top down, they don't tell you anything. So I think that's a small critique. Again, it's $20. I think if you like to have a casual deck laying around, it's totally fine. Like, this product is a fine product. What I want to look at is, did they do anything to fix card stock? Are we any closer to better card stock? Hey, that's an interesting thing. The die in here are black and white. The die pictured on the box are green and red, which makes more sense. Why are these different? I don't think they're probably I don't think they're probably different. They're probably the same in every box. That's a little disappointing. Their standard WotC set symbol on the die. But black and white suck. Green and red would have made more sense because it would have been a thematic fit with the decks that we're playing. I guess that's another small complaint. You know what? This actually feels okay. It already has a bit of a bend, though, right out of the package. That's concerning. Not insane, but, you know, the stock actually feels okay. Here we have, it does feel a tiny bit thicker. Here we have a nice look at the new card frame. And I think it's fine. I think I'm being old and curmudgeonly to say that. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. I just don't like having every card with like a different card frame in your deck. And for all my fellow people that might be slightly on the spectrum, it could be triggering to have these different card frames. But that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the Goblins deck. We have Pia and Kieran Nalaar with the new card frame. 2 of them. Dark Steel Plate, Mirror Battlesphere, Scuttling Doom Engine. All right. Again, they could have put a Temple of Epiphany. That's pretty good. At one time, that card was worth a few bucks. Shivan Reef, Gear per Gear Crafter. This doesn't feel very goblin-y. Oh, this is the Artificer deck, obviously. Hello. Why did I say goblins? Sorry. It is a goblin, but it's also an Artificer. That's why. I'm like, okay, so we have a bunch of Thopters. This is my first time looking at it, you know. I think Fairy Mechanist. This seems pretty fun. Whirler Rogue. Man, this brings back some memories. Would like to see a few more copies of impactful cards like that, but I think they try to have like Filigree Familiar sucks. I mean, it's not very good in this. I mean, they could have put 2 more Whirler Rogues to make this deck a little bit better, but I think they also work to balance it. You have Seed of the Synod. That's pretty cool. You have some artifact lands in here. And some Thopter tokens. Again, I think they could have made these foil, and these things would have flown off the shelves. Haha. See what I did there? They literally would have flown off the shelves. No? All right, C-. All right, let's look at the Elf deck. Again, a nice look at the new card frame. I don't know. They feel fine. They don't feel... I mean, they actually feel... I would say if they're better, it's marginally, but they're definitely not worse. The real test is when you leave it sit out overnight. Sylvan Advocate, that's going to be good against the 1/1s. And you get 2 of them. That's pretty good. I guess that I'm warming up to the new card frame a little bit, but I've always been partial to Elves. It was one of the earliest tribal decks I ever played. And at my heart, you know, I'm still kind of a filthy casual, so the idea of ramping up to big fatties is always nice, or making your army of little guys get bigger. Main deck, Artifact Hate. I guess that works when you know the other deck's running artifacts. Nissa's Judgment. And then we have some Mirror tokens. Again, could have been foil. They don't have to be. Yeah, I suppose I could leave my overhead camera on all night and then do some sort of time lapse and see how they do. But I don't know. I don't know how you feel about dual decks. Were you someone that actually ran dual decks? Did you enjoy the product? Are you okay with it going? I don't think the spellbook is, I think the spellbook is a replacement for From the Vaults. I'm not sure that they're going to do anything for these dual decks to replace them other than, the Challenger decks, which I don't think I mean, I guess in a time capsule, the challenger decks will remain somewhat balanced, but I don't know how balanced they really are against each other at this point. I haven't done much research yet. So it's, I guess, type F to pay respects to dual decks. I'd love to hear what your favorite dual deck was in the comments down below. Let me know if you're going to pick this thing up, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and take a moment to turn on notifications. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives because of the amazing generosity of those that choose to back me on Maker Support. The link is in the description, and hopefully you'll consider backing today.